During this sacred of weeks, Holy Week, I want to focus today on a word that is very appropriate for Holy Week, and that is the word bearing, B-E-A-R-I-N-G. Bearing. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who was a theologian and pastor, and was martyred for his faith in Nazi Germany in the 1940s, wrote in his Meditations on the Cross this about bearing. God is a God of bearing, enduring. The Son of God bore our flesh, and for that reason bore the cross. He bore all our sins, and through his bearing brought about reconciliation. Thus are his disciples also called to bear. Being Christian consists in bearing. Just as Christ preserves community with the Father through such bearing, so also is the bearing of his disciples community with Christ. Although one can certainly shake off the burden with which one is entrusted, doing so by no means completely frees one of that burden. A much more unbearable burden is now imposed, namely the self-chosen yoke of oneself. All who suffer and carry heavy burdens are called by Jesus to cast off their yoke and to take up his, which is easy, and to bear his burden, which is light. Holy Week is about Jesus bearing a great burden on our behalf. When he went to the cross, he bore the weight of our sin and our suffering, making our burdens much lighter. I hope you will make a note to be part of this journey to the cross this Holy Week. Here at FPC, we'll have Maundy Thursday worship at 7 o'clock on Thursday evening, in which we will read again the story of Jesus' Last Supper with his disciples and how he washed their feet. We will also, during that service, recall those last moments of Jesus' journey to the cross and his crucifixion. We will celebrate the Lord's Supper. We will reflect. There will be moments of silence during that service. It's always a special moment in our worshiping life. It'll be at 7 p.m. on Thursday. Good Friday, the next day, there will be a prayer vigil from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You're invited to go online and sign up for a 30 minutes slot to come and pray in the sanctuary. You can also choose to pray from home at some point during that 12 hours. And then join us for Easter worship at 9 and 11 on Sunday, 9 a.m. our casual service, our 11 a.m. service traditional with brass, Easter egg hunt for children in between at 10 o'clock. It'll be a glorious day of celebration, of course. So the word of the day is bearing. Consider the burdens that you bear. They are heavy at times. But also be mindful of the burdens that Christ bears for us and that he bore ultimately on the cross. I look forward to being with you during these sacred moments this week. Have a blessed week.